Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening, everyone. My name is ABDULSALAM BASHIR ATIKU, and I am today's book reviewer. So today's book reviewing section will cover the ultra learning book, which was written by Scott, and we are going deep to know about how Scott narrates his 9 principles in the books, which I believe covers everything that relates to the ultra learning. And we actually define the ultra learning as the process of possessing the power of learning what you want at the time you want, and thinking of what you can learn that people think it is not possible for you to learn. Because at the book, Scott put himself a very crucial challenge for himself. He wanted to study at the MIT and studied computer science 4 years degree course without going to the school, without meeting any professor, and without paying any tuition fee. And it happens. And you will believe it sounds crazy. So that's how Scott thinks that his experience shouldn't be left behind. So he wanted to share with people how you can be an ultra learner. And today we are going to go deep into it, inshallah. So I highly recommend this ultra learning book to each and every one of us. We should actually try as much as possible to read the book, digest the book, and know everything from A to Z about the book, as it has a lot of impact in our personal development. So thank you, everyone.
For the new people that are coming for the first time, I will like to share what Readers Hub is all about. So Readers Hub is a personal growth and development center, social orientation and advocacy for socio-economic development. The vision of the hub is to equip all members with relevant skills, knowledge, and right attitude to reach full potential. And we meet every Thursday to do our programs like the in-house presentation, book review like the one we are having today, and the expert presentation, the gaming session, and a lot more. Also our annual events like the book camp, the personal development workshop, and also the tour, of course. So today, I think there's no need for any introduction because we're ahead of time. So we are going to have a book review, a book titled Ultra Learning, which will be reviewed by ABDULSALAM BASHIR ATIKU. So I will quickly read a little citation about ABDULSALAM, and he will start his review. So ABDULSALAM is a graduate student of computer science and information technology with strong passion for lifelong learning, community impact. He currently serves as the SDGs Hub coordinator on his campus, while he leads projects on climate action, youth engagement, and reducing inequality. Beyond academic, ABDULSALAM is a climate advocate, digital skills trainer, and social impact enthusiast who has facilitated workshops and represent his campus in several sustainability programs. He is also an innovator, having explored resin and eco art for creative problem solving. ABDULSALAM continues to inspire young people to embrace opportunity that help them grow both personally and professionally. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me to welcome ABDULSALAM to give us.
Thank you so much, Madam Anas. Few years ago, a gentleman, a very good gentleman, decided to have a very good risk setting for his life. Believe it, it is a risk, but it is a calculated risk. He wanted to study at the MITs, and not the MITs, he wanted to study computer science, a 4 years course, but what? Without going to the school, without meeting any professor, and without paying any tuition fee. Guess what? he did it. And he did it in just 12 months. He reads the same textbooks, he did the same assignments, and he passed all his exams. That experience have shaped his thinking, have shaped how he have been behaving, and that is why he believes that that experience should be shared. And he come up with this book, which he named Ultra Learning. Ladies and gentlemen, that gentleman is no one but Scott Hedgehog. So, meta-learning. It is a prefix. Meta. Meta is a prefix which came from the Greek term meaning beyond. Beyond. And then from the 9 principles, what does meta-learning mean? It means for you to be ultra learner, when it comes to meta-learning, you have to draw a map on why you are learning. You have to draw a map on what? Why you are learning. And you have to draw a map on what you are learning. And then how you will learn it. Why? What? How? When you comprise these 3, they make the meta-learning.
Lesson I've learned in the book is learning is not only about, it's not about intelligence, it's also about effort. So I encourage everyone to apply at least one principle from this book in our journey to growth. So ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to hear your feedbacks, ask questions, and also recommendations.
Okay. Thank you, ABDULSALAM. Your presentation is wonderful. I appreciate it. Thank you for all of you for having me here today. I'm happy to be here today. Allah Ejikan Bash, Allah Masharama, he was my friend, and since 2019, me and Bash discussed a lot of things, a lot of stuffs. I have been telling Kurpi this, Bash, we really missed Bash. So one thing that I want to say here, I hear so many people want to learn project management, and I can recommend to you a platforms, online learning platforms. Anybody who can Google Kaya. If you go Kaya, there are a lot of online programs, certificate, free, you can get certificate. Just Google Kaya.
How's that, Kaya?
Kaya, K-A-Y-A. When you get there, believe me, in the next 2 months when we come, for the serious ones, in the next month when we came here, we are going to have a lot of people with many certificates online. And it's one of the rich online certificate platform in the world. It gives a lot. So I'm a humanitarian worker, and I work in the area of protection, child protection. I work in the area of nutrition and many of project management. So it's a very good platform for anybody who wants to learn a lot of things to learn from there. I believe some of you are there now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And the question is, the platform free?
It's free.
Oh, thank you.
You can create you are going to create your own
Profile. Where is the second?
You have done a very, very wonderful presentation, and we really enjoy it. My own is it's just a question. As you said that Scott did his 4 years program without going to the class, my own is how did he write the exams without paying a dime? and they recognize him as a graduate in that university. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Musa Zubair Sani, a member of Readers Hub. It has been a long and wild time since last I attended a Readers Hub session. So I have seen new faces here, and I want to share one thing that was shared to us by Mr. Faisal, and it has improved my public speaking thoroughly. And it's that he said, whenever you have a chance to speak in public, don't be shy, just take your time and say something. This will improve your public speaking. We know that whenever you practice something, you practice, you will get perfect on it. Thank you. So I advise you to do the same thing as I do. Inshallah, it will improve your public speaking. Thank you.
Thank you very much, presenter. We really learn how to ultra-learn, right? So thank you very much for this presentation. I just want to emphasize on the issue of feedback. The issue of feedback is very important, and I will not speak long on this. I will give us just two stories, real and true life stories. One of them is one of my collaborators whom we work with. He is presently in the Institute of Environmental Radioactivity, Fukushima University, Japan. Sometimes when we write a paper and we want to publish it, we target high impact journals, very big journals that we know from day one that our paper will not get accepted. When I asked him, see, Prof, if we send our paper there, they will not accept this work because the work is a local work. And the way we wrote the report might not be acceptable by them because we are not using modern equipments in the experimentation. And in analyzing the data, we are not using the latest way of analyzing things because we don't have those means. I just want us to know this. What he used to say is, no, let us just send. At least we will get knowledge for free. So I want us to remember this. Let us send. At least we will get knowledge for free. What did he mean by this? Sometimes our paper will be rejected, but with many comments. So even if the paper is rejected, the comments are enough for you. You will read the comments from the beginning to the end, and when you use them to improve the work, the next time you are sending the work to a similar, place, it will be accepted. So feedback is very, very important at whatever level you find yourself. I do a research with another professor in the UK. She is a female. Whenever we are working on a document, she will send it. As small as I am, a professor from UK will send a work to me and tell me, Suleiman, feel free, touch anywhere. I can change everything. These are her words, verbatim. Suleiman, feel free. You are an expert in this area. Touch anywhere you want, criticize it, write comments, and send back to me. This is the difference between us, some of us here, and them. They love feedback from whoever. It doesn't matter whether at what level you are. It doesn't matter. The most important thing is they want to improve what they are doing. But here we seem to look at it from a different perspective. So please, let us embrace feedback in all what we do. You write something, share to someone, let him go through it and provide feedback for you is very, very important. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum. I will start by appreciating our reviewer, ABDULSALAM. You did really well, because when I came in, I was wondering how you are going to review this book. I know that you spent maybe just a week with the material, so I'm really glad that you are able to read the material and review and give us a very good presentation. So thank you for that. So I'll start by confessing that I have not read the entire book. I know that I'm the person that always encourages people to read the book, but this time I was not able to complete the book. I started reading the book, but I was not able to complete it. But I will still encourage us to read the book, because there are tons of resources and advice on how we should ultra learn. Looking at to study computer science, that was there he graduated from university. But he decided to go for another degree. Why? Because he saw the world was changing and tech was the future. So he decided he's not going to be left alone, he's not going to be left back, but he's going to learn the skill. And he did it in just 12 months. And then he decided to learn French. He said he went to France, but he couldn't learn any French because all his friends were English. And so they spoke English, even though he was living in France. So when he met Lewis and he told him that the best way to learn is just immersive learning. Go out there and speak the language. So that was what he did. The next time he went to another country with his friend, even though both of them were Americans, they spoke English, they told themselves that they are not going to speak English in that country. They will just go out there and speak the language. And that was how they learned the second language. So the point here is, I think immersive learning is one of the best ways to learn a skill. You can go online and register for a course. You can even pay for that course. But once you learn, go out there and just start using it. Don't keep learning. We have a habit of learning. You'll see people sharing certificates online. They have completed this course. Instead of them to go out in the field and practice what they learn, they will just move to another certificate. You see them sharing certificates week in, week out. So that's not learning. That's just you acquiring knowledge. And that knowledge is not useful if you don't use it. So learn the skill and go out there in the field and apply what you learn. You can even start by just one lesson. If you are learning public speaking, just like what my brother said, that was what I did. When I came to the Reader's Hub, I was very nervous. I wasn't a very good speaker. So I told myself that whenever I come to the Reader's Hub, I must speak. Either I make a comment, ask a question, or make a presentation. And that was how I learned. I'm still learning. I'm not there yet, but I have made progress. It's better than just going online, registering for a course, or reading a book. Go out there and do it. Whatever it is, don't be afraid to make mistakes. We learn from our mistakes, right? Then, secondly, he shared some stories in the book on other ultra learners. And he gave an example of, I think it was Baroni. He wanted to design his own video games. And usually, for you to design a successful video game, you have to collaborate with others because there are so many skills. You have to learn design, you have to learn graphics, you have to learn even color, how to mix colors. So many skills. So it's virtually impossible for anyone to produce a game. But he decided he wants to do it by himself. So he started and he learned so many skills along the way. And he was able to complete the project after 5 years. So you can imagine going on a project for 5 years. How many of us can we do this? To spend 5 years on a particular project. Because he was just looking for close to perfection. It's not possible to have perfection. But he wants something that really reflects what he had imagined. Something that resonated with him. That was why he wanted to learn all these skills. And after 5 years, he launched the game, and it was a success. He went from earning minimum wage to a millionaire in just some few months. So if you want to learn cybersecurity, go in there, learn the skills. Don't look at the money first. No, go there and learn the skills, and make sure that you have learned everything you can learn within the scope or sector. So that is how you become an ultra learner. Then you move fast to another skill. And another example he gave on the person that on Jeopardy, something that ABDULSALAM decided he doesn't want to talk on that. So let me just share and highlight what that story was about. There was a game on Double Jeopardy. It's called Double Jeopardy. It is a TV game. So the game is all about current affairs mostly. So they will just put a statement, and it was expected of you to complete that statement. So that was how the game is played. So this person, he said he wants to be the highest earner. So at the end of the day, they will give you money. Just like something like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Something like that. It's not exactly, but something like that. So what he did was, he decided he's going to be the best in that particular game. So he went and studied all the questions, all the previous questions. And he even created a website for that. He was just storing all the information there. So by studying all the questions, he learned how the pattern of the game was. So he can predict some of the questions in that particular game. So he learned, he kept learning. And before you know it, when he played the game, he broke the record of the highest earner. I think he earned about $200,000. Then it was the best anyone could ever achieve. So why am I sharing this story with you is because in learning, you need to have a strategy. Just like what my brother ABDULSALAM said. It's very important for you to have a strategy. What can you use? And in one of the books I read, Straight A, by Dr. Ibrahim Duba, he said the best way for you to, if you are a student and you want to score A, so study all the past question papers and answer them. That was it. And they did it in their school, and virtually all their students got A. So if you are still a student and you're struggling how to, study, so this is a strategy that you can use to master. Don't limit yourself to just the past question papers, but starting from there, it can give you a highlight or a pattern of how the questions come about. So, like I said, this world is moving fast, and people with skills are always moving faster. So learn the skill, do the job, and move on. Thank you very much.
So that was a very wonderful presentation from our speaker and book reviewer for the month. I was happy to come here. I was so busy, but I was like, no, I have to just come and hear this. And I truly learned a lot on how I can uplearn, I can relearn and take a new skill. Before, I can just focus on what I have been learning, but now I guess I can practice on that and still take a new skill. Thank you.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm Abbas Muhammad Sani, a student of biochemistry here in Umar Musa Ado University, level 3, 200 level. I have quick things to maybe add off based on what Brother ABDULSALAM made his presentation on. It was a very awesome and wonderful presentation, and I'm sure everyone who have listened to what he said, there is a lot to carry from him and there is a lot to learn from him. Just to add a little bit on the feedback, which I think goes hand in hand with self-assessment. Whenever we are into something, we tend to be oblivious to something obvious in what you are learning. We tend not to understand that we might be wrong in something, and unless we call attention of others so that they can study what we are doing, and maybe even by ourselves to do this. So we can self-assess our own activities. Maybe for some who are interested in public speaking, maybe they can view the recording after like 24 hours. Maybe they can see where they need to assess, improve, and do many other things. So I can say self-assessment and feedback goes hand in hand, and we can leverage on the power of self-assessment to improve our own performance exponentially. The second thing is journaling. As we assess and seek feedback from others, it's very important and paramount that we take journal, we write those things down, because we tend to forget easily. As we write, we can go back to those things and see where we improve and where we make things. And typical thing that many people usually used to do, particularly those who are high achievers, they kind of have each and every performance they did, they draw two lines. The first line, they say, let's write what we did best. So then they say, I did best in this, I performed this better, I did this, then they jot that down. And the other side, they write, what should I do next time to improve better? So these two columns will give them a clear insight on what they need to adjust in. The last but one is feedback in business. We talk about feedback in learning, feedback in ultra learning, and many other things. And it's equally important in business to employ that feedback, because what we think is best for our customers might not be the thing they will like. So until we ask feedback, we ask for their reviews, then we can learn and make the product best for them, because we always have them as business owners. That is why even in Play Store, or most of the application there, you see that people are making their reviews, adjust this, adjust that, increase this, adjust this, and they kind of get a lot of information from that. And even in books, like in Amazon, people write their own reviews, their own comments, and you can get a lot of information, knowledge from that simple comment made by many people. The last point, quickly, is knowledge acquisition, which was drawn by, I don't know his name, brother here, who sat here. Yeah. He aroused our attention on the importance of knowledge application rather than just to acquire things. Yeah. Because the power happens when we apply, not when we acquire. So this is for me, and thank you all for having me, and it's nice to be with you.
Thank you, everyone. So, Malam Muhammad, and initially you asked about, I haven't finding the ultra learning. Should I do it or with the presentation? Thank you. So, and yes, I want to chip in on what Oga Faisal here have said concerning immense learning, continuous learning. I can recall 2 months ago, I was at United Nations House in Abuja for a project. And one thing I like about United Nations is they can sponsor your project, they can sponsor your trip, sponsor everything. At that time, it was a turn of one of capacitated young people in Nigeria. We all know him, Yusuf Buhari, son of the former late President Muhammad Buhari. So Yusuf Buhari was actually working at the UN House. So he went for a community, local community project strategy advanced course in London. And when he returned back home, so we were there around 12 of us. So we were grouped. Understand, Yusuf Buhari went from Nigeria to London for that advanced course. When he went back, they want young people to come. Yusuf Buhari designed 3 local projects, and they want the young people to criticize the project so that he can learn more. You understand? He went from Nigeria to London to take the course. And we spent for this, it's this criticizing the project, breaking it down to the low level. And the last day, Yusuf Buhari was at the room. We were with him for the 4 days, but that very day, he came to the room without any capacity of talking. He can't talk. He can't argue. And you have the ability, you and I, they are very strict. They will tell you, if Yusuf point his eyes on you 1 second and you haven't taken it, complain. You understand? So that even if maybe someone may start to think, maybe I've been criticizing him, maybe he's going to talk to me. And one thing about it, for the whole 4 days, Yusuf will first leave the conference hall for 1 hour, then we will leave to our boss, and then they will escort us to our hotel. There is a lot of things, and that 4 days is only after the program, the last day that they took us for tour in Abuja. They don't want anyone to go outside so that in case they may meet with Yusuf Buhari in the town. And that last day, wallahi, he was in the room. He spent almost, yes, from 9 up to 2. But Yusuf haven't talked. He was just taking tea. Taku, one of the staff from Cambridge, she was there. She just turned back. Yusuf, are you okay? Yes, I am okay, ma'am. That's all. But believe me, after the 4 days intensive learning by Yusuf, at the end, they just gave Yusuf 1 hour to confine all what we have did for the 4 days. And he confined and he presented the way we want the project to happen locally. So you understand, that's the one thing about continuous learning. They understand that he went to London and he came back. They understand that he have learned enough, but he need to relearn. He need to continue learning based on the local arrangement of in Nigeria. So thank you. And to your question, sir, Scott studied business admin in his first degree, right, sir? He studied business admin. So he thinks that how will he have the power? Because that is only definition of ultra learning. Having the power of learning what you want to learn at your hand. Extremely. What people will think is not possible for you to learn it. So he think, how should I go? When he was, initially, he come across a course on, in the MIT's portal. And he took the course and he realized that that course is more accurate. The slides, the presentations are more convenient for him. Talk less of going to the school where he studied. Mind you, he was living in Canada at that time, almost 26,000 miles difference. So that course that he did is free. He did it free. That is what he meant by he didn't pay any tuition, he didn't meet any professor in person, and he graduated. And mind you, the Scott, he's not talking about the certificates. He's not after the certificates. He just wants to learn computer science because he knows that's where the future belongs. That's the only reason why that hinders Scott to learn computer science. I hope I answered your question. So for the last comment, your second bullet, where you said, I'm sorry, I like talking. Where you said, let's have, when you have something, you have a paper, you journal everything. I can recall something. We were with my brother Anas at the Northern Nigerian Development Goals unveiling that happens 2024 January. Or 25? 24 January. 25. This 25, yes. It happens as time Bristol. So an initiative from System Strategy and Policy Lab. So I and Anas were part of the planning team. So it was fine. I think we were 9 of us. So immediately after the program concluded, Dr. Murshala Adogi called us. So come, let's sit. And it's a table inside the hall, the Bristol hall. And he picked out his daughter and friend. He said, okay, we did it. Okay. He struck a line. What did we do best? He writes. Everyone give what we need first. And then he said, what do we need to improve? That's what we are talking about. Mind you, we haven't even left the conference hall. He may say, okay, we are having a virtual meeting in the night for us to discuss. But he believes maybe when we go out, someone may forget. So it is very, very important. Let's be practicing the same habits. Thank you for the point. So thank you, everyone.
So now I think we have all learned today. We are also all learned. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming to this session. And we look forward to seeing you in our next session next week at Lumilab. So I think there is nothing now. So we are having a closing prayer. Sallallahu Nabi al-Karim. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك